South Global.
Yo, what's good? What's good? For the people who don't know what's going on, bro, go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up, bro? I'm Big Court, No Limit Forever, Holding Court Podcast, you know what I'm saying, representing Kansas City, Missouri, and LA.
For sure. Now, how did you start your podcast journey?
The Holding Court Podcast, well, I actually got the bug because me and Master P and Jay Tweezy, we had a show called Doing the Most on Playboy Radio about 4 or 5 years ago. So that's where I got the bug.
Said Playboy Radio?
Yeah.
Tell me about that, because I'm not familiar.
Well, I think Playboy Radio, this was like 5 years ago. They had a platform and they had an app, so it was like a TV show.
Like the magazine Playboy?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
damn.
Yeah, they got a radio station.
Okay.
Yeah, so we shot it out in Burbank. So
Okay.
it was me, Jay Tweezy, he was a big DJ down in Baton Rouge.
Okay.
And Master P was called Doing the Most. So that was my first experience doing any type of radio or any shit like that.
Okay. How was that experience?
It was cool. I ain't never done no shit like that. So what it was P and Jay Tweezy that told me. They would pull me to the side like, man, you kind of good at this. Like, so that's where the seed got planted.
Okay.
But then during the quarantine, that's when, nigga bored, sitting back, ain't doing shit.
Right.
So I was watching Gangster Chronicles and Drink Champs and Vlad and all that shit.
Yeah.
And so then it dawned on me. I was like, damn, I might have something to offer in this space. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
I come from a production background, so I understand TV and movies. I done did all that shit. So putting a podcast together wasn't nothing.
Okay.
So I hollered at my partner, producer Ken. He's a producer out in Hollywood, so he helped me put it together.
Okay, cool. Now, how you meet Master P initially?
I signed to No Limit in '95, so I started as an artist. So
Okay.
I've been with No Limit for 26 years.
For
So
sure.
initially I was an artist, you know what I mean? I had a group called CCG, me and my partner Cisco. And so we just sent a bunch of tapes to Master P. He was, at that time, he was doing Down South Hustlers. I don't know if y'all remember that. I don't know how old y'all is.
I mean, it's before my time. But I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying? So I was on the song R.I.P. It was me, Silk, Master P. If you look on the inside of Down South Hustlers, you see me on the album cover,
Okay.
CCG. So that was our first introduction to No Limit and our first national exposure.
Okay. So you were sending in, did Master P like just visit your city, or
Nah.
how y'all initially
So
linked up?
you gotta think, because I know I'm older, right? So back in the day, before social media, what you had to do, like you had to send demos in to record companies, or you had to meet somebody and know somebody or some shit like that, right?
Right.
So what I would do is I would go through the CDs and the tapes, and I would get the addresses and the phone numbers off the back of them. And then I would just mail. You got to mail the fucking tapes to there. And then hope that somebody get it. You know what I'm saying? Hope it's a phone number you can call, leave a message or some shit like that. So P, he had a voicemail. So I filled the voicemail up every day so nobody else could leave messages. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Damn.
So I did that shit for a couple months. Yeah, but before I went to No Limit, I was actually trying to get with Eazy-E and Ruthless.
Okay.
But Easy died. So after Easy died, that's when I went back to the drawing board and ended up going to No Limit.
Okay. So, is Master P established at this time? Like, is No Limit like?
It's not what y'all know it to be at that point. So what happened was, I say this was right after 99 Ways to Die and the first TRU, and right as the Ice Cream Man dropped.
Okay.
Yeah.
So damn. So
It's 95.
he heating up for sure. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Now, what was No Limit like when you was an artist on the label? Like, how was it?
Shit, it was cool, man. It was family, cause like I tell motherfuckers all the time, I'm from the square tank, cause the tank changed. You had No Limit, you had the square tank, which was the first shit. Then you had the new No Limit. Then you had the round tank. It's taking on different, shapes because of, just different periods and eras of the brand. But man, at that time, this was when P was still in the Bay Area.
Okay.
Yeah, so he hadn't went back to New Orleans or Baton Rouge at that point. He was still in Oakland, Richmond.
Damn.
So it was, we lived in a little apartment. It was like me, Mia X, Beats by the Pound. You know what I'm saying? Like we was in an apartment just grinding, serve on.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So shit, like, how did the Bay help Master P from your perspective. You know what I'm saying? Because like I know a lot of people say like P got the game from the Bay.
Yeah.
So like watching it, like how was that for you?
The truth of the matter is, you know, P did get the game from the Bay, from St. Charles, really, you know, and he watched and he learned, you know. But to be honest with you, a lot of them Bay Area artists, man, they shunned P at first. Like they laughed at him. They didn't fuck with him because, you know, his dialect was different, his lingo was different because he was from somewhere else. He was country,
Right.
you know. So, and he was still figuring it out, you know. So a lot of them Bay Area motherfuckers, they didn't really, you know, necessarily take to him in a rap music capacity. On the streets, he was good, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm saying in the music shit, they was kind of like, you know what I mean? But he out hustled them, you know what I mean? So he got that compilation, like Herm and a couple other motherfuckers out there was doing compilations before P, but he took it to the next level because he went to all the hoods, even the rivaling hoods, and got the best rappers, put them all on the same album. And that's where he blew up with West Coast Bad Boys.
Damn.
Yeah.
So
he got
Ben was on that type shit like.
Yeah. He just had vision, bro. He just
Okay.
outworked them. You know what I'm saying? That's
Okay.
it. You know, and
sure.
he surpassed them.
For sure. Now shit, tell us about your rap career, bro. Like, so what's some singles and shit that we can go back and check out?
Yeah. What shit, man? You talking about? I quit being a rapper, bro. Probably, man, 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
So how long would you say your rap career was?
Up until probably 2007, 2008. You know, I put out a bunch of independent albums. People probably knew me back then as Court Dog.
Okay.
I did a lot of work with Bone Thugs and Harmony. You name it. I did songs with motherfuckers. Brother Lynch Hung, Sibo, Spice One. You know what I mean? I did songs with a lot of motherfuckers back then. So
Damn.
a lot of motherfuckers knew me as Court Dog back then. You know,
Yeah.
nigga, I was skinnier, nigga. I had long braids and shit. You know what I'm saying? I looked like the 6th member of Bone Thugs back then. Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Now I seen the interview where you was like, man, you was 21 with a lot of real estate and different shit like that. So how did you get into real estate so early then?
Shit, I got into real estate by default, bro, because you got to think I signed a record deal at 18, and then I was getting, you know, I was still in the street too. So what it was is I seen a lot of my OGs in my neighborhood, they was buying houses and shit. So to be honest with you, bro, I graduated high school. I ain't formally educated, like I didn't go to college and no shit like that, but I just started buying houses in case I went to jail. That was my motivation at first. Like, okay, if I get jammed up, I got something to leverage to help me get out. You know what I'm saying? Put up a house or something. Because that's how I was living at the time, you know. And I end up getting like probably maybe 12 houses free and clear, you know. But see, I didn't understand leveraging. I didn't even know what equity was. I didn't know none of that shit. So when I bought my first house, I spent like a total of probably 50 bands on it. And so I remember standing outside the motherfucker. I was like 19. And I was like, damn, I can only rent this motherfucker out for $600 a month. It's going to take me forever to get my money back, you know? And so then, because my hustle was weed, you know what I mean? I sold big weed back then. So anybody that fuck with weed, you know it's a volume game. It ain't like you make a lot off each, you know what I'm saying? It's numbers. Right. So I treated real estate the same way. I was like, well, shit, okay, if I get 10 of these motherfuckers, 10 times $600 to $700 a month, that's $6,000-7,000 a month. Yeah, that's pretty cool, especially from that space. You know, I'm 19 years old.
Right.
So that's why I hustled to get the properties. But then what happened was my brother hooked me up with this lady that worked at a credit union in the business finance section. And so she was impressed that I was so young with so many properties free and clear. And so she was the one that said, well, damn, you know, how much equity do you have in your properties? I was like, I don't even know what that is. You know what I'm saying? And so I say within maybe 3 or 4 months, she gave me a line of credit for like $500,000 over my properties.
Right.
So that opened up my eyes to educate myself to real estate. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So now I still have my street money, my little record label shit, and then I got access to this money to do whatever I want. So that's what opened my eyes to the real estate game.
For sure. Now, was it other, like, I feel like rappers these days, for real, like, especially upcoming rappers, not doing that or thinking that way.
Yeah.
So would you recommend that to, like, what What would you recommend to artists, coming
Definitely.
up?
Yeah. Most wealthy people have multiple revenue streams. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's something I learned from P as well. You know, people see what P did with music and different things like that, but he has so many other businesses that he either owned or controlled. You know, a lot of times you don't even necessarily have to uh, own it, so to speak, but you control it, but it's still yours. You know, for different reasons you may have to do that. So yeah, always. And real estate is always a solid play. You know what I mean? You always want to have multiple revenue streams. But then I always say do shit that you love and that you understand. Because if you just do shit chasing money, you gonna lose. You know, like chasing money only apply in the street because that's all it is. But when you talk about legitimate shit, like you got to put the time in and you have to learn it in order for it to really come to fruition. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you into, whatever you love doing, if you like cars, shit, you know, go to the auction, flip cars if that's what you into. You know, I know niggas is into jewelry. You know, they literally just like jewelry. So, you know, they get off into buying diamonds and getting jewelry made and they get off into that game. So whatever it is you fucking love, do it.
Oh, for sure. Now, shit. How long have you been doing your podcast?
Shit, I started the podcast. It ain't even been a year, bro.
Okay, so who's your favorite episode so far?
Damn. To be honest with you, bro, I started out with my bucket list. You know what I'm saying? I started out with Ice-T and Jay Prince. You know what I'm saying? So, because, you know, I've been around a long time. You know what I mean? That's the thing. A lot of people was, like, shocked when I started the Holding Court podcast because they was like, damn, how he come out with them guests like that? Yeah. But I've been in Hollywood, you know what I'm saying, 20 years. And so when your face card and your name is good, you know what I'm saying, I got solid relationships. But I say Ice-T, Jay Prince, of course, Master P. Yeah, them the ones that stand out. But I mean, I've had Lil Eazy-E, Bosco 100, Crip Mac, Jasmine Lewis, Michael Jai White, Black Dynamite. That's my homeboy. Shit, I done had a gang of motherfuckers on there, bro.
Yeah.
I done had Bone Thugs and Harmony, you know.
Damn, that's hard. That's hard. Now, shit, moving from Kansas City to L.A., like, how was that transition for you?
Well, shit, I did that shit 20 years ago. It was necessary, you know what I mean? I had outgrown Kansas City, you know, and, you know, even with the street shit, but then also professionally, you know, you got to go to where the game is being played, at least at that time. Like, I don't believe that to be necessarily true now because you got social media, you know, so you can, you know, everybody's tapped in with everybody, you know what I'm saying? And then people move and travel more. Information travels faster and quicker. So, but back then, you know, you had to go to where the game is being played. So I started transitioning into movies and getting into production, TV production, shit like that. Because I was kind of coming out of music, you know what I mean? See, I started music really young. So by the time the early 2000s came around, I was kind of, you know, I was getting tired a little bit, getting bored with it, you know. Plus I was seeing more money in other spaces, you know, and my interest started kind of shifting a bit.
For sure. Now, like, what was LA like when you made that move 10 years ago compared to what it is now?
Well, shit, man, I was blessed, bro. I moved right to the rich area. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna cap.
Okay.
So when I moved from KC, I went right to Brentwood. I stayed in Brentwood, which is where LeBron's mansion is, Dr. Dre and all that.
Okay.
And then I ended up buying a house in Encino, and then I moved to Calabasas, where I'm at now.
Okay. Now, shit, like, where would you say, are you gonna spend the rest of your life in California?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I love LA, bro. You can't. I mean, the thing is, like, you know, I got ties with the hood, of course. You know, when I first moved out to LA, nigga, I stayed in the hood all the time. You know what I mean? 'Cause I was younger. You know what I mean? So I got ties in Compton. You know what I mean? South Central, all over LA, Inglewood. But man, it's nothing like LA because the energy and the hustle. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so much wealth out there. It's so many things to do. It's so many things that you can learn how to do, you know, and get into. And, you know, if you know how to move, I ain't had no trouble out there. I think I got banged on maybe once, you know what I'm saying? I was at the Slauson SWAT meet some years ago. You know, I ain't had no business being over there, but.
Yeah. Nah, for sure. Now, shit, what you got coming next?
Shit, right now, you know, we got the Holding Court podcast. That shit blowing up. I just signed on as a co-host for the new TMZ hip hop show that come on Fox. So that shit 5 days a week. So I actually start filming Monday when I get back to LA. So that's pretty big. I got a new supplement with me and Master P called True Body Milk. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the healthy living shit, the working out shit. So me and him developed the product together. Cause you know P is on his, you know, his what's the nigga do? Reginald Lewis shit. You know what I mean? Where he's doing the grocery store and the products and shit like that. So he's kind of teaching me that game. And I got a book coming out called Chronicles of a No Limit Soldier that'll be out top of the summer.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah, so niggas stay working, you know what I mean?
Yeah. We definitely gonna stay tapped in, bro.
Yeah,
I appreciate you coming out.
Yeah, man, I gotta give a shout out to Dallas, bro. Y'all been showing me a lot of love since I've been down here. I always fuck with Dallas. I could never get no money down here back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Y'all some good robbing ass niggas down here, but you know, I always fuck with the Dallas movement. You know, shout out to my homeboy Ryan C. Y'all know who Ryan C is? That was before y'all time. Yeah, trendsetter. Yeah. So Nemesis and all that shit, you know, I fuck with Dallas all the way back from the late 80s to the early 90s. So
yeah, that's way before my time.
Yeah, y'all some young ass niggas, man.
I ain't thought about it.
For sure. Okay.
You was born when?
95.
God damn, when you was born?
93.
Fuck, when you was born?
Shit, 92.
Oh shit, damn. Okay, my daughter was born in 93. Shit.
Okay.
All right, right on, bro. Salute.
But nah, tell the people where they can follow and find you at too.
Hey, y'all can follow me at I Am Big Court on IG. Subscribe, like, and comment to the Holding Court podcast, and follow the Holding Court podcast on IG as well.